2 years ago, Fox 11 on special assignment reported about Green Bay's growing and thriving Somali community. Now, just 2 years later, many Somalis have left. Where did they go? Why did they leave? Robert Hornacek has some answers tonight in this Fox 11 follow-up.
Green Bay's Somali population was booming when we first did our story 2 years ago. Schools had seen a huge influx of Somali students. 2 years later, things have drastically changed. Green Bay Public Schools went from 220 Somali students in 2011 down to 100. Howard Swamico had 48 Somali students 2 years ago. At the end of last school year, there were just 23.
Why are so many Somalis leaving Green Bay?
I would say number one will be jobs.
Abdul Nur is one of the Somali interpreters in the Green Bay School District. The district went from 3 interpreters to 2 because of the drop in Somali students.
Are you surprised that the numbers at the schools are as low as they are?
In a way, yeah, people came in, left, and people are going. But I'm not surprised because that's the culture who we are. So you get Green Bay, you get a little education, you understand, and you go, okay, now where can I take my kids more?
Firdosa Hussein, who moved to Green Bay nearly 3 years ago, says some families left because they didn't feel welcome in the community.
Green Bay, it's such a wonderful place, and it does have the opportunity to grow if we welcome diverse communities. I think right now we're lacking that open arms to the outsiders.
Where are Somali families going? We asked Courtney Feldhausen, who works closely with Somali families in the Howard Swamico School District.
None of them went to Green Bay. They kept going out of state, whether it was Minnesota, back to California, out east a little bit.
Feldhausen says her district ended an after-school program for Somali students and let 1 interpreter go. While there are 9 new Somali students this year, the total is still much lower than it was 2 years ago. Feldhausen says families have told her several reasons for leaving, including a lack of public transportation, a lack of jobs, and a lack of family support.
Like anyone, when you have got the rest of the family that's in another community, do you go back and be with the rest of your family, or do you stay here?
Feldhausen also says a reason some families have told her they're leaving the area is because of the federal low-income housing program, often called Section 8. One feature of that program is that once a family receives assistance, they can move just about anywhere in the country.
It is an issue, and it's not just an issue with our Somali families. It's an issue with families in general. But yes, I've seen it with families.
Here's how it works. Once a family moves to the area and applies for housing assistance, they're put on a 6 to 12 month waiting list. And as soon as the family gets assistance, they can move just about anywhere. Earlier this year, Fox 11 on special assignment highlighted the program. Our investigation found that nearly 1 out of every 10 people receiving housing assistance from Brown County actually lives somewhere else. At the time, housing officials told us it's not just one particular group doing it.
It's not one population, it's not one demographic, it is an across-the-board type kind of thing where anyone can do it, and it's the word travels fast. They know the program guidelines and they know the regulations, and they have every right to do so.
Somalis still living in Green Bay don't think the housing program is the main reason people are leaving.
How much of it, in your opinion, has to do with housing?
Very little, to be honest with you.
Firdosa Hussein and her friend Anissa Hussein say Somali people are trying to find a place to call home.
I think everybody has the option of staying where they feel belonged. Unfortunately, there's been a great number of people that have left in a very short period of time, which creates,
a huge ordeal. Why they come, and then at the same time they just disappeared.
You know what I mean?
It's just like everybody else. Somebody will just come, and they might like here, or they may not, and just say, you know what, I'm going to leave and go back to where I come from, or maybe go back to elsewhere.
While Green Bay's Somali community may be smaller than it was 2 years ago, these women say it's here to stay. In Green Bay, Robert Hornacek, Fox 11 News.
To see Robert's report on the housing program, you can still log on to our website, fox11online.com. Click on the On Special Assignment section.